I want to mentrate other words that have come through our childhood and growing up, other than the Om vibration, OH. Hold on, my belt is loose. OH, OH, the 15th letter of creation, 1 through 5, the A through E, the center of creation and division of creation between the yin and the yang, where what happens is 1, okay, 1 times 2. You're going to have 1 times 2, and I'm looking for my dice here. You're going to have 1 times 2. This 1 times 2 will remain 2. But 1 plus 2 will remain 3. Automatically with 3, we have now created an understanding that there is what we can see as 3, as we can see as 3, or we can see as 3. Are they all the same? Are they all the same? Are they all the same? Are they all the same angle? Can we do with each one of these the same as the other or not? With this one over here, we can divide the complete center and create a passage through, in which in this one, so we have here. So in this one, not only can we create this, but we can also, would be nice to have a little bit more light. Maybe that'll help just a bit. See, this is all pattern science. It's understanding all the patterns, and you need all the cells. So inside of here, we have divided between the left and the right. And then in between the division of the left and right, it is now halved and halved. So it's now quartered. This side is halved and this side is halved. So here is halved and here is halved and here is halved, here and here. Now this side is halved. So you have 2, 4, 6, 8 because of the division. But the true division is right here. And that's a half division because how can I show you? How can I show you this? That all these squares, how can I get it closer? I need a better, is there too much light or something? Is there not enough light? Too much light? Let me see. So if you can see, we can't get that proper light on that. All right, let me see if I can fix that. Okay, yeah, so now you can see the way the square was cut in half. This square is shared on each side. To me, this is known as the Mars split. The Mars split. You see the way in between these two squares, there were no split. It passed in between the, what I call the H, and I call it the HI area. Okay, it is the HI area because in the game of roulette, when you put a chip right over here, and that chip is in between the 4 houses divide, what you have to see, okay, is this will give you 8 chips in return for a win. In a win, it'll return you 8 chips and 1 chip, the spirit chip that you put down to receive the H8 heaven, which is presented right over here on the cube, right over here. It's the same dot. The reverse of that is where the heaven will come out in creation of H and I, although you only see 6, but it is the single dot that ignite the above and below spaces. It comes from beyond. 1 out and 1 in is represented like this. So when you have above and below to where the single dot is in 3, you will have another area over here. And then you will, let me see, did I do that right? And then you will have another area over here by creating that situation. So in one way it is 3, but now creating above as below, you've now turned it into 5. What is below here and what is above here? So what is below? Okay, what is below? And then what is above? So when you look at this, this is completely backwards. So now we know this angle belongs in another country. What we need in this country is we're going to be working on, see, that's our country right here. This is something to do with North America. Why this? Because of this. This is the N backwards, but the Z is okay, but not the N. I'm just saying that because that's where I noticed it in the Russian language. I don't know what you call the language, but that's the 8 plus 1. 1 times 8, 1 plus 8 equals to 8 equals to 9. And knowing that you received 8 with a multiplication, what you did, okay, is you went into the quarter world. The quarter world split in half and divided. I'm not sure which way these pyramids divide. I'm not sure the way that exactly works. Okay, you put the pyramid here and then you go up for whatever connection that is. But this splits everything into quarters. Now, once you take this element, okay, and you give it life here. The question is, what does this do as a passage? What does this do alone as a passage? And if you notice, okay, the areas that you've taken up is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have created 5 by 5, 5 plus 5 equals to 25 equals to 10. This is what this basic creation is. Can I do it this way and calculate? No, I cannot. I have to calculate squarely because that's how measures work, right? Can you cut off a piece of plywood this way? You certainly can. You'll be measuring this way. So we will measure 1, 2, we'll measure 1, 2, 3, 4. We have to cut 4. And then here we have to cut 1 and 1/2. And then over here we cut, it is 2 1/2. And then over here it is 1 1/2. 1 1/2. And then over here it's 1/2. And it's the same for both sides. So if we're cutting 1 and 1 1/2, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take 1 plus 2 1/2. And we're going to go 2 plus 1 1/2. And then we're going to go 3 plus 0.5. And then we're going to go, 6. Can I go 6 right away? Yeah, I want to go 6 right away. Then I'm going to go 6 minus 2.5. And then I'm going to go 5 minus 1.5. And then I'm going to go 4 minus 0.5. So you notice the way we are now going to, you see this is one area. I had to create these like this. And then I would connect this one here, and then I would connect this one here, and then I would connect this one here. And now you can see that 4 plays with 5, that 5 plays with 6, that 6 plays with 3, that 3 plays with 2, which plays with 1, which 1 connects the 6, which in between the 6 is 2 and 3, and then outside of the 6 is 5 and 4. Now I can do this design the other way as well. I could have went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But irregardless, if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, let's do it over here and see what happens. Wow, I hate being messy. I really do. Okay, so now what we're going to do now is I'm going to put them in order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know that 1 and 6 go together. Okay, I want to start maybe, you see, if I went with 3 and 4, and then 5 and 2, and then 6 and 1. There's the travel. So what comes through here? The divider is right here. And that divider right here, you see, if this was in order, this is 0.5 and 0.5 is divided. And then over here is 1.5 and 2.5 and 1.5 and 2.5. And does anybody understand this, what's going on? Well, what it is the distance between 1 and 6 is 5. So I need to split 5 and reach the center, which is 3.5. So what I do is 1 plus 2.5 is 3.5. 6 minus 2.5 is 3.5. 5 minus 1.5 is 3.5. And 2 plus 1.5 equals 3.5, where 4 and 3 are 0.5. Now we want to do the dividing gates a little bit different, and we want to start where we can go 6 over to 1. If I was to go 6 over to 1, I would drive right through 3 and 4 to go into 1. I would automatically connect 3 and 4 to my 1 and 6. Automatically. Goes right through the same driver. Could I have put it up this level? Maybe, but I put it to this level. The numeric value for the word 1 is 34. Just give me a second. I'm going to check that. I just want to make sure. I was waiting for a call and I don't want to break up the video. I'm really sorry. Sorry about that. So, oh, what's happening? Just give me a second. Yeah, my Rumble's not working, but that's my fault. That's okay. I want to get back to see where I was, and I was talking about the number 4 and the numbers. Yes, so let me bring you back to the numbers here. So this is the sorry. So this is the basic cube, how it runs by the cube of the 7th gate. This is finding the center. 6 runs through 1. The numeric value for 1 is 34. What about 3 and 4? 3 and 4. So 6 creates, so 1 comes over and creates 3 and 4. So maybe I should do this a different way, but we're not right now, just to let you know. Now, what about 6? 6 has a value of 52. So now 6 connects 5 and 2. So how should I connect these? Should I rewire this? Let me take this out. Let me do the basic. Let me keep the basic. I'll redo another design. It's better that way. Right, so we're going to just do another design. I want to know where Martha Vineyard is. You tell me, artificial intelligence from the Delta angle. Where are we, Sheba? Where are we, Sheba? Sheba, my friends. That's why they're announcing Sheba's coming. So let's take this to the next page. We're going to connect again. And do not forget, this is only a single dimension. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1 comes in, we're going to go by 2s, and 1 will create 3, and it will create 4. Maybe I should have went out this way. 1 will create 3 and 4. 6, okay, 6 will create 5. 6 will create 5 and 2. And then this is what our design would look like. And then what connected them all? Well, it's 1 and 6. So now my question is, do I put 1 line or 2 lines? Well, in this thing, I should put 2 lines. I don't know if I should put 2 lines or 1 line. I'm going to put 2 lines because it goes to 6. So I would be putting 2 lines. So what would this look like? Here is number 6. And 6 is connected to 5. And then goes all the way to 2. Now my question is, right, did I have to even draw this? Because the real 6 is the 6 is coming to 1, but it's 6 that creates 5 and 2. Can I draw a straight line is the question, but I'm not doing it that way. So we're just going to follow this marking. And I don't want to pass these 2 lines, so I'm not going to put that. Otherwise, I distort the reality. And then 1 will come over and go through 3 and then come back out. That's my big question. That's my question. I don't know what's going on here. I'm not looking for art, although you do know that the picture is all wrong. I'm going to correct it in a second. It could be right. It could be wrong. I don't know. The other thing is, should I come around to reconnect the whole thing, right? It's just a question, right? It's just a question, because if that's the way it was, I shouldn't have drawn that line there. Should it have been like that? And then I have a line here, and then what would happen to this over here? Would they both run into here? I don't know. I don't know. I don't like this. I really don't like what I did. I'm going to rip it out. I'm redoing it. Came up with something else, but forget about that for now. I want to finish with this. We started with this. Let's finish with this. We're 3 people here. Give me a second. I need something to drink. I'm going to come back in 2 seconds. Just 1 second. I need something to drink. Just 1 second. Coming back. Coming back. Coming back. Give me a minute. Very thirsty. Oh, God. Okay. Ooh, it's cold in here. It's cold. Oh, oh. Lots of lights on. Too many lights. Yes, I can hear them now. He just came from the washroom. And in the washroom, I made a discovery. The C-clip that holds the X inside of it. See the life form? The little place for the neck? What is this? There's more to everything. So let's finish off with these squares. We're going to finish off with these squares. If you have something to say, just 1 second. If you have something to say, just 1 second. Okay, so I'm going to finish this after. What this is this will now enter into this house. This, okay, is a movement. What comes together as a movement, as a rotation inside the 9 house. This will always encounter this center dot. It will encounter first number 1 in the first quarter, 1 and 5, where Mars comes into A and E. Mars, M-A-R-S, Earth, E-A-R-T-H, first, time heaven, angel resident in time heaven in the spirit of time, commencing with creation, through the sun and into time heaven, the 20th century. Coming out of the 18th century, pathing through the spirit and time and into the 20th century. We're through coming into the 21st century is the 7th inning stretch. The 7th inning stretch. The home stretch. The last 1/8 of a mile. Is it in a quarter mile? Is it in a half mile? Is it in a 3/4 mile? Is it now in a 7/8? Or is it 1 mile? The racetrack. So now where we had here the 21st century. Where are they showing numbers this way, or is it this way? Patty whack, make your dog a bone, show him the home in the pound key and understanding how the pound is broken up, because the pound has to be filled. Earth, everything was built with no form. We have the alphabet, and through the 9 numbers, we recreate the alphabet, and we recreate the alphabet on multiple levels through numbers and words and dots and phrases, and connecting those dots for designs and understanding them in games and the odds and the reality and the truth that come through the cubic world. You cannot change what is. Rubik's Cube. And I just saw a new Rubik's Cube that shows me a Rubik's Cube shift. I just saw a Rubik's Cube shift that shifts Rubik's Cube, and I couldn't see it was on the wall. So I'm going to take Rubik's Cube, okay? I'm going to take Rubik's Cube and all 9 areas where the corner, right? Where the corner, right? You have to understand this corner, right? This Y over here, there is 3 in a corner times 8. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And 3 you cannot see. There are 12. Okay, there are 2 times 12 equals to 24 to the side. Equals to 24 to the corner. Equals to 1 times 6. Okay, equals 6 to the spindle. in which rotates at its fingertips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And it rotates 8 plus 1, because the 1 is what they're all rotating around, which is the holder of the spindle. So at one time it can move this, and when this rotates as 9, and there are a total of 8, 12, and 6, 6 plus 12 plus 8, 6, 3, 8, equals to 26 cubes plus the spindle. Remember, all zeros, 1 all the way through 9 is 0 all the way through. It's 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3. This in all actuality is 6.1 to 6.9. Our time clock is 60. Just give me a second. It's chilly when you see it so clearly. Okay. Now, what you got to know is that these are all zeros. So this is the count. And you have to know that in French, look up the French language. We're going to do this here. How to say 70 in French. You see this? So what's not, now watch what happens when I put 60. Watch what happens. Look. Watch what hold on. Oh, you see now they're not doing it, eh? Wait, hold on. 60. So what sound? Now watch 70. So what's on this? All they did is add this. Now watch this. This. So 60 is always in there. 60 is always in there in 70 through 10. A, B, C, D creation through J. Jack. Jack has created. Jack is a sweet 16. I have a little indigestion, so you have to give me 5 minutes. Maybe less than 5 minutes, but I got to get rid of it. No one has to know your story. No one has to know your story. No one has to know your reason. All they have to know is what is the message? I cannot come into work today. Okay, will we see you tomorrow? Yes or no? After the third day that we don't see you and you keep calling in, I cannot come in today, I'll see you tomorrow. 3 strikes and you're out. So where are the 4 balls when you show up to the 4 days of work? The 4-day work week? Has anybody thought about that? The 4-day work week. Yeah. Oh my God. Look at all the lazy people. Look at all the lazy people. In fact, they're working 9 hours a day for 4 days a week. What about the other 3 days? Well, it's okay. It's okay for me. I don't clean my house. I leave it dirty. I ain't got time to clean it. The 4-day work week. You know what? Somebody says, you know what? Make a little bit of time. He says, take an hour out of your day just to clean your house. I said, I take an hour out of my day just to make breakfast. He says, why don't you make breakfast, lunch, and supper right at breakfast time so you can have everything in the oven? You won't have to turn on the oven again. You can save a few pennies. Oh, shit. Yeah, right. So we can do that. It'll take 2 hours in the kitchen. And then the extra 2 hours to go to the city. in the traffic because everybody goes to the city. Why would you build all the same and everything in the same place? Makes it easier for who? Makes it easier for who? Come on. There's 12 managers of each building of 1,000 workers, but you send all the 1,000 workers into the city. Isn't it better just to send the 12 workers into the country? A little bit separated from each other? Less traffic, wouldn't you think? 4-day work week. Who's going to clean the house? Who's going to cook? Who's going to do everything, the groceries and everything else? Less hours. You're always working. You're always working. It's just, what are you working on? Who are you working for? One part of all the work that we do is for everybody else but ourselves. And that when we're doing it for everybody else, if we would not do it for everybody else, it would affect ourselves. So one of all of you is for everybody else. So we go from 6.1 to 6.9. This is our base. Now what we start to do is we build on that base, and we build from location. We build from location. So I'm not going to use this location right here. For now, I'm going to use just this location here. 9 and 1 is 10. 8 and 2 is 10. 7 and 3 is 10. 6 and 4 is 10. But at the same time, okay, we also need to not only create those 10, 1 and 9 numbers, we also have to create 4, 9, 13. We have to connect 8, 5, 13. We have to connect what is in its own zone, okay, 7 and 6, 13. This does not work out in this way. It's showing me an alternative reality in the one world, because this setup is in the one world. If I should set this up in the 13 world, my setup would not be the same. My 9 would be over here. My 4 will be over here. So my connection from 9 over to 4 will be over here. The extremities of who I am as 9, okay, will come out to here. That is who I am as who I am as 9, 4, 13, and 36. Who I am is 8, 5. Who I am is 8, 5. Who I am is 8, 5. 8, 5. Well, that's pretty easy. Who I am as 8, 5 is, if I would do that right away, you want me to do that right away, 8, 5? Okay, so we're going to go here and create that 5. Maybe I shouldn't have created that right. And now I'm going to go and get the 8 part over here. So this is 8, 5 right over here. So if we connect 8, 5, I would go over here like that. And then I would connect 8, 5 right over there. That would be my connection. Let me see if we can get this straight to the corner. And this would be your 9, 4, 5, 8. But the third one that's missing is the 7 and the 6 right here. 7 and the 6. So this is the, I'm just trying to think, this cube is like the calculator, right? 7, 6. Now we need the 4, 3. Yes, the 4, 3. Well, hey, a second. Wait, 7. Oh, no. If I'm doing it by the calculator, sorry. If I'm going to do it by the calculator. Oh, yeah, I'm going to do it by the calculator. 7, 6. So this is 7, 6. And this is 5. And the 8 should have been up over here. The 8 should have been up over here. Now I got to get 7 and 6. This design is not good. Let me redo it again. here, and here. This is 7 and 6. Boom, jigaloo, jigaloo, and the line that goes right to this corner. That is 7 and 6. Now we're going to go and we're going to draw 8 and 5. So here is number 5. Here is number 8. We are going to draw a line from here to here. So now what is happening between here and here? I do not know. Wait a second. How did I get this from here to here? Okay, I went from here to here. Now we're left over with this little teeny part over here. I'm not sure what that angle is. I just like to see what's this angle here. I'm cutting on what angle is it? Which way is it going? I'm just trying to look. So in this setup, okay, and if you can notice, there is if we join all the parts, right? I'm not sure if I should join all the parts, but if I did join all the parts, they would be joined like this, and it would create this angle over here, like that. I'm not actually sure what the full design is out to look like. I'm not sure if I should drag this corner and now complete the squared off area as so, what the dimension is going to be inside. So if I did that, okay, in finishing 5, I would have to do this over here to create. Now I got some kind of cube-like. Did I get all the corners in there? And the 2 areas. So now we sort of have this, oh God, what did I step on? Now we seem to have this, I don't know, something in here lying down in a box, or I'm not sure what's coming out of it. And you can see if you take a good look, just give me a second, please tell me you're working. Hold on a second. Hold on, I'm trying to sharpen a pencil here. Oh my God, I almost broke the sharpener. I think I did. I squeezed it. Oh yeah, I did. Okay, it's okay. Okay, so yeah, so there's an X right here. There's an X created right over here. Okay, you see the way it looks like this one seems to be on the bottom and this one seems to be on the top. In this design, you have designed 7 and 6 and 7 and 6 and 8 and 5 equals to 13 equals to 13. There is another 13 inside of here. Okay, 7 and 6, 9 and 4. We got the 9 and 4. Did we do the 9 and 4? No, we didn't do the 9 and 4. Wow, that's where the 4 is, right over here. And the 9 is, hold on a second, and the 9 is right over here. Remember, when you see anything that is not on a 45-degree angle, okay, everything has a slope to it inside of this. It looks like it's in multiple dimensions. And when you see a triangle, this is a roadway for me. It's a distance. It's smaller at this point, bigger at this point. So you're showing distance. So what are you talking about with Hershey Kisses? Right? What is the word for kiss? Kisses and goodbye. So we drove the alphabet to understand that. Anyways, I wanted to finish with this. I got into this. So the third one in here is 9 and 4 equals to 13. And that is the 39 angel. That is the 3 suits, 9 and then 3 and then 1 card. The 3 suits. There are a total of 13 cards per suit. And it's in hot pursuit. So now with this connection, 9 and 4, knowing there's many ways to do this, I want to do it very lightly, because this here, okay, is going to go all the way to here. Let me see what's going to happen. This has to go to here. This is what has to happen. And this is to come to here. This is what's going to happen. I'm not sure if we can have all of these happen. I don't know. But this is happening right here. And these squares that I am making, I believe are wrong. I believe they should be rectangles because in Monopoly, they are rectangles. In Monopoly, a corner is square. A corner is not like this in Monopoly. It cannot be, otherwise all the properties would look like that, and they don't. The properties look more like that. And in roulette, on the betting pattern, right, the numbers, the only thing that's in squares, that are in perfect squares, are that where the ball rolls, but not where the betting pattern is. The betting pattern is all rectangles. And showing at all times two sides to the same table. So this is your 7 and 9. And the reason this is done this way is because the cube sits right over here. Okay, let's say the cube sits right over here. Let me use a smaller cube. So the cube sits right over here. And I need to drag it from the corner out here to the corner out here of the cube below. I don't want to drag it through the center. The center and dots are only the skeleton of everything else that exists that you have to form in formation. So we end up with this, and then the connector connects this right over here. And you connect right through the heart of this giant X over here, right here between the two sides. And I'm not sure which way you want to look at it, but that's your, now, are there any other 13s? Where's the other 13? Is there another 13? 9, 4, 8, 5, 7, 6. There is no 10, 3. These 13s will continuously create AC DCI. ACDCIL, excuse me. The L is because the AC is the 1, 3. It will create the CD. AC will create the DC. The DC will create the L. Why did I put I? Wow, that was really weird that I put I and I don't know why. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, okay, 3. This one over here is 12. It's A to I, and then C, and then D to L. It's A to I, and then it's D to L. That is the first formation after the first movement of the alphabet. And that also is when the cube gets turned from north, where it points north. The cube will always point north. Thank you very much for that answer. Cube points north on a 45 angle. 45 is also 135. That means this is 0, 45. This is going to be the Fed. This is going to be the FED. Okay, it's the reverse cube ED. And this will represent orange. Orange, purple. Anyways, it's the pool. What happens with the pool ball? This 13 ball is orange, and is the 5 and the 13, which is a stripe and a solid. Solid. There you go. Solid. A stripe and a solid. So how does that work in the element scale? I don't know. So where we went into here, we're coming off of here, we worked all the 13s. But these 13s, 1 plus 3 equals to 4. The reason I work with the plus sign indifferent to the multiple sign, because this one will create 4 houses. 1, 2, 3, 4. In 4, you can connect with 1 chip and have 36. You will have 1/4 life. But if you put a single chip on each, okay, you put a single chip on each, right? And because creation is D4, you get all 4. You need to get all 4. So you got 4 chips, 1 on each. Your possibility of winning is A, B, C, D. You're only supposed to win 1 of the 36, but you have chips to win a total of 140. Plus the 4 chips is 144, or 1,440 minutes, which, although you are 36, because you will only win life in one area. You, when the heaven is created with the chip over here, and you get life, you win one area only. You only need one area for life. And that life is 35 to 1. You have to be 1 in 35, and you are into creation. Now, why the 144? The 1,440 minutes in a day? Because we increased yourself to 360, and instead of 144, it's now 1,440. So where is the 1080? You see, can we create another 13? Can we create another 13? 7 and 6, 8 and 5? No. After this, what you are going to create are 7s. And when you create the 7s, 1 and 6, 7, 2 and 5, 7, 3 and 4, 7. We can create both over each other and see the dot design. You use inside what you used 9 for, you will now use 3. So 9 inverts to 3 to convert 13 into 7. Where 8 now converts with 5 equaling to 13, converts with 5 equaling to 2 equaling to 7. Where 7 converted with 6, now 6 converts with 1. And within the new world, we begin at 6. This is only one side. We need more calculators out here. We begin the alphabet at 6. So we're going to create here, and here, and here, and here. And we are going to take this corner over here to here. We're going to take this corner over here to here. We are going to leave that alone, and we are going to say that is 1 and 6. Here, we are going to say this is 4 and 3. See the way this watch this. Here we go, 4 and 3. And now that we have done that, we are going to just show you something that I just noticed, and I did not notice this before. But in the creation of 77 and creation of the Christ, we have ignited the Star of David in creation of 77. So in this creation of 77, where we cut off 1/3 of the cube, where we cut off 1/3 of a cube, and we cut off everywhere 1/3 of a cube, and in between, here we stand between the pillars, 808 bicycle cards. Remember those bicycle cards? And you can see the angle. It's torted. Let me do it with a pen. How many is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I have to go up 2 and over 1, 2, 3, and over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then to here. So I'm going to have to draw this to here, and then I'm going to draw this to here. Okay. Now, my question is, if the tilt is proper, I might be able to shove one more tilt in here. and be able to connect those Tesla 369 numbers. So now my next one starts not here, skip one, and over here. And then I am going to drop 2, and I'm going to go out to 1, 2, which is over here, and that'll create a line over here. Now I am going to, from the corner here, I'm going to go 1 and go over here. So I'm going to draw a straight line up, and then and that is the creation of those numbers. There's a couple of pieces missing in here. I'm going to finish it. I'm going to explain it. What I did is this area over here is number 4. This area here is number 3. So we're going to put 4, 3, 6, and 1. 1 and 6, 3 and 4. 9 and 5. So when we look at 9 and 5 and you take it a little bit steeper, jump into the rabbit hole a little bit deeper, you can actually understand that 5 is the reverse of 9. 5 and 9. What will create 5 and 4? And in the creation of 5 and 4, in the creation of 5, you know, there are 4 houses. Okay, but my real creation is through 5, showing that there are 4 houses. If there are 4 houses, okay, this is that each house is cut into a quarter. So the minimum size for creation of any cell can never be just this. It can't be just this. It can't, just this. It has to be this. Because of this. If life is the addition and the multiplication, and we add the 2 together, and we start with the multiplication showing just one area, as so. Once I take the one area, okay, as so in the addition, with the one area as so, since there are 4 as so, I cannot extend the size as so into what is here is the star system. But knowing that a single area is as so, I must now create complete X's in every single corner, creating this design. And inside this design, for me, I would have to shift over and understand the game of darts. Darts as the center, the game of 20, plus A plus B, the 2 centers. They have doubles and triples. Single, double, triple darts, right? Single, double, triple. 25 and 50 in darts. So I'm asking myself the question. I've always said that 4 was different than 1. Is 4 different than 1? Well, for me, I like to say yes, because this is in between all of this. Is this and this the same? For me, it is not. Did I have to create all X's in those worlds? Did I or did I not? Or should I have just created my plus sign and created my 1 house right here, which means I run 3 houses and 1 house, okay? And the 1 house is a value of a quarter. and the house of creation to the 13 moons of man, M-A-N, the 13th letter, the first letter, and the 14th letter equaling to 28. Man and the moon, total multiplication equals to 364 days. We are missing 1.25 days in the year. And where did those 1.25 days come from? It comes from the addition and the multiplication. The multiplication in which divided one area and turned it into a quarter. You say the one because it is whole, but you say the quarter because it is what is the life, and the rest is the moon. The moon has a value inside 25 at 75. Although the moon value is 57 and 25, that equals to 82, or the reverse cycle of the moon, and as well, it equals to 73, which is the cube and the moon, the gateway of creation. The gateway of creation is 2 and 3, okay, is what is created, BC creation, to what is the gateway, 7 and 8, Q, the earth through Venus. 7 and 8, how is 7 and 8 created? Okay, I want to see how we're going to create 7 and 8. Because we had an equation just a minute ago about what is number 18, where 8 surrounds 1. This is the one whole, so it is more than 1. And surrounding it is 8. There are 8 that surround 1. 8 that surround 1. Created from 99. What is that 99? Every face of a cube, every face of the calculator, every face of the keyboard numbers, every face has 9. 0 is from the addition of 2 of the numbers. 0 comes in when you have addition of 2 of the numbers, but you never need to say 0. If I say 1 and 9, I will say 1, 1. If I say 4 and 9, okay, I will say 4, 1. If I say 7 and 9, I will say 7, 1. And what that actually means is there is an ABC level of numbers. Well, the numbers reset, okay, on number 27 in the primary dimension. Numbers will revert. I'm hoping to get to how this works. There's a cycle before numbers or letters turn back. And if you don't use numbers and revert to letters and back to numbers, you will not be able to see what is going on. You have to have a continuation, and you have to look, and you have to continuously play between English and French. You keep going from English to French just so you can balance and know the situation that you are in. So we built these blocks. I showed you this block over here. I did not show you 2 and 5. I will add 2 and 5. You cannot have both of them in the same block. I don't think so. Maybe you can build the 2 together, but I'm going to add on your 2 and 5 here. So here in this is the 2 and 5 is in the dead center. 2 and 5 is in the dead center. 2 and 5 right here at the 3.5 mark. This is the 3.5 mark. Between 2 and 5, it's a 3.5 mark. Between the 8 and 5, it is the 6.5 mark. And at the 5 and 2, it is the 3.5 mark. 8 and 11, 8 and 2, cycle of the moon. Where does this come from? You see, I can take 13, 5 and 8, 13 divided by 2, 2 and 5, 7 divided by 2, but what I want to reach is the happy median between it. So the actual happy median, if you're going to use size, you see this size over here? If I'm going to use size separation, So what I'm going to say is 1.5 will make the difference. So really the answer is it could be 1.5, but you need space for it. So it's 1.5. So you need to have area space here, and then you have to cheat from here and here to create area space here. So since the total is 3, I don't want to put 1.5 and 1.5. I want to put 1, 1, and 1. So the actual number from 5 will go to 6, and from 8 will go to 7. This 8, 5 will turn into 76. And then we can have this number in between over here. 6.5 equals to 11 equals to 2. It equals to 258. It equals to 258. Anyways, we're going to finish off. Here's the 2. Here's the 5. We're going to, wow, did that cross right between? No, that went over. Oh, no, you see the line should have been here. That's why. See, the line should have been here. The line is no good. See, it's got to be precise. Eh? I can't cheat myself. What happened? Yeah, this line here, right. Okay, anyway, so I'm going from here to here. So that's what happens in this one. I'm just trying to see, did I get it all right? So can I go from here? Just trying to see, and then from here to here. Not sure if I got the same, did I get the same results down here? I'm not sure why it's different. It shouldn't have come out that different, the design. I'm not sure what I did wrong, if I did anything wrong. Did I stretch it out from the corners here? I stretch it out from the corner. Anyways, here, oh, I didn't stretch it out here. I didn't stretch, yeah, I did stretch it out there. Anyways, okay, just let's forget about the designs. Let's continue on. So we saw that this is 3/4. This is 3/4, right? You follow why this was 3/4? The plus creates automatic 4 areas where the X can be done in one area. If we move the two together, it ends up like this. We have 1/4 or 0.25, and the rest is 0.75. And now we have to keep creating these. You have to create one here, and then you have to create one here. And one of the reasons we do it is because 1 goes into 2, creating 3. So you're going to do it on this side, and then you would have to do it on this side. And there's more to think about this, but I'm beginning to get tired. So let me see what that design came in there. And in fact, I got a mail. Hold on a second. Let me see this. You've got some mail. Yes. Mr. Peacock. So here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. It was ironic because I do all these designs, you know, all these designs, the many lives of Jesus. What is this? Why is it on that angle? Well, this angle just easily can show me that it's tilted over towards 2 numbers, obviously, and it's a stretched out numbers. What is in the center could be possibly 2, 5, and 8. Squared off, these are 3 areas, while they singled out the shared area. Then there's this area over here, these. They look like the letter G. Inside the G is the J. And here, they're putting it, they're showing you more of this over here. And forget about the gold, just look at the blue. Just look what happens inside the blue. Yes, I wonder if I can... Anyways, we're not going to get a, can I do the blue? Let me see the blue. Okay, so let me finish. Let me get back to this. I've been off base. I'm really sorry. I'm just, we went to Man on the Moon. We went to the 26 pieces of Rubik's Cube. We understand that Rubik's Cube, when it spins aside. Hold on a second. Let me get back to this. I can't. I just got away from myself. Sorry about that. Okay. I'm going to be with you, Corona Notion. I didn't look yet. I just saw your name for a quick second. So a quick read. I don't want to lose what I'm looking at. Yes, over here. So Rubik's Cube has the spindle that on one side, and I might drop my brick on the floor, very upset. Whoop. Here. So you see it's 6.1. Maybe only to 6.5. I don't know. Maybe 6.9. But anyways, maybe it only stops on 6.5. Maybe once you hit 5, it's something different. Maybe it's 6.1 to 6.6. Let's look at it that way. Let's look at it that way. I don't want to do 7, 8, 9 right now because they don't exist. And starting from 5, right? Starting from 5. Actually, starting from 3, okay? 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 equals to 3 and 2, 5, right? And then the reverse would be 3 times 2, 6, and now you would be doing the reverse with 6. So I don't need 9. 9 is already inside of here. Where was I? So yes, so we were talking about the Rubik's Cube, and on one side of the Rubik's Cube, although you see 9, okay, there are 9 cubes, but there are 1, 2, 3, 4 in the corners. There are 12 colors, and 2, 4, 6, 8. There are 12 and 8 colors that it spins. 12 and 8 colors, okay, that turn around one color. They turn around one color. So it's 12 and 8, which is 20, and 1, 21. Let's count them ourselves. There's going to be, want or not, there are going to be 6. Want or not, when I turn it to the side, there's going to be another 3. Okay, that's 9. I turn it again to the other side, and then there's 12. And I turn it again to the other side, and then there's 15. And I turn it again to the other side, and then there's 18. Oh, did I get that right? 3, 6, 9, 12, and 9. Sorry, 9 and 3 is 12, 15, 18, 21. Did I get that right? 9 to the face. Sorry, 8 and 1 to the face. 8 and 1 to the face. And then there's going to be 12 all around. 12 and 8 and 1 equals to 21. So, and the Mayan clock, if we want to get back to the Mayan clock, we were talking about 13, on how 13 is fabricated and how the 7 is fabricated. And now if you go on to the Mayan calendar clock.
Here are the listings for Mayan calendar clock
Okay, I didn't want to hear all that stuff. I just want to go to images. Thank you very much. Don't distort me. Don't distort me. Don't distort me. Let me see. The Mayan calendar date and time. So we just have to understand they run 18. Hold on a second. They run 18. They run 20. We just have to just see these numbers. You just have to know those numbers. Just have to know those numbers. And remember, when I spoke before about 140, 140, one area, it's not the one area. Hold on a second. I'm going to do that again. When I spoke before, okay, about an area being 35, in roulette, the minimum size they have for an area is this. That's the minimum size. If each one was valued at X, which is what? Because the total area here is supposed to be 35. If I had to divide that by 6, plus the one chip. That will be 36, and that is our creation. Recreating 27, 14, and 9 equals to 23, 83. I'm just going to use the 23, which will go on to be 56, which will go on to be 41, which will go on to be, well, actually, it's going to be 30 and 11, and this is going to be 4 and 5 equaling to 20 and 9 equaling to 29, or 18 and 11, which is RK coming together. 2 and 9 and 1 and 9 and 1 and 8. So this is what happens. This is the outcome. This is the outcome of that for the minimum size, because the roulette betting board is not that size, okay? And it's not this size either, although you can say it's that size. So I might be able to get away with that size. So I can get away with that size. Hold on. I'm looking for something. Just give me a second. I have to find this. Okay, so I cannot find what I am looking for, so I'm just going to design it here. And it's what it is it's one block, and then it's 2 blocks, and then it's 3 blocks, and then it's 4 blocks, and then it's 5 blocks. But I don't really need to do anything more than that, because I can just add 1 block to it. And if I want 6 blocks, okay, what am I going to do for 6 blocks? Okay, what would I do for 6 blocks? Well, I take a 4 blocks and I'd add a 2 blocks to it. And then what would I do with a 7 blocks? Well, I'd take a 4 blocks and I'd add a 3 blocks to it. Oh, what if you want an 8? Well, I take a 4 block, okay, for an 8, and I would take a 3 block for an 8. Well, what about that? And then I take a 1 block for an 8. Well, why don't you do it differently? Why can't you do it that way and take your 3 block over here? Why can't I take a 3 block over here and a 1 block over here? Whoop, was the camera off of this? Were you able to see that, or was it just out of my view? Hold on a second. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. So now we can see the different ways that I had a 4, 5, 6, 7, and now I had an 8. And here I had a 4, 5, 6, 7. I had the same 8, but I had to create it with the 3 and the 1. So how would I create a 9? I don't know. Here's a 4 block, right? And what about the 3 block? And I put a 3 block. Okay. And then I put a 2 block. Okay. And then I put a 1 block, and now I got all 9. Well, how would you do 10? Well, maybe we would start all over again. I don't know how I would do 10. Would I go this? What about 11? Well, then I would only be doing that one and taking away that one. So I'm just trying to show you how simple. Oh, that one's wrong. That one's a little stretched out, right? And this is only one part of a design. I'm trying to see that. I'm just trying to see because inside of the connecting 7 and 613, or 4 and 3 7, or 9 and 4 13, that's showing me that I have to reach out a certain number of levels before something qualifies to go into a certain pattern. Anyways, this is the basic for your 36. It's 36 and 108, or if you want 360 and 1080, whichever way you want. But that's one cycle. That's only one cycle. Yeah, I'm going to be finishing this off. We're going to get back to this. What is this? This is where Earth comes in. There's many ways to look at it. See, Mars, what I understand is Mars is the only way for Mars to work is to work this way. And if you noticed in your first creation of your first three, right? The center of this has got to be the center of something. You have to talk about one, but it's the center of something. Okay, it's one is not the is one the passage. What is one? Why am one in all? It is the passage. It is what passes. And when it is in you, it is one, and it is all of you. You and it is all. And you pass. So it is here, then it is here, then it is here. And then it is in the next dimension, right over here. And it passed all dimensions of creation. And then there's some kind of crossing worlds. I don't know how that works yet. I haven't even thought about it. But so this will now enter into here. And now sizing. Let me size. Can I size it? Right. And the claw, the velociraptor claw, or whatever you want to call it. And maybe I don't even have to leave this distance, but I left this distance for a reason. And one of the reasons is there's a little distance here, but there's no distance on the betting board. So this is maybe where my rectangularism could come in. I'm not sure. And also these could have been made instead of this way, instead of that way. I could have did it this way and then went like that. And then I can recreate the same design using it this way. But if I did create the same design this way, this is where the cube is turned. So if I am going to be connecting 9 and 4 on the turned cube, okay, if I'm going to connect 9 and 4 on the turned cube, so here is an area. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. Here's one area here. Here's 2 areas here. Here's 3 areas here. Here's 4 areas here. Okay, it works out perfectly. So we have 8, 8, 8, and 8. But we only can count them as 6. We don't need to count the poles. We don't need to count the poles. I'm not really sure which ones are the poles, but there's 2 out of the 8 we don't have to count. I don't remember which one they are. But irregardless, here, between here and here, is the letter I. And when the letter I stands that way, the H stands this way. And this is where you find the high heavens. Here we have come upon the heavens that speak for themselves. Do you see the letter I? You see the letter H. You see the letter I, you see the letter H. So within the high heavens, we have transformation of everything that goes on. Now, I'm just trying to see inside of here. I'm I just have to see how the transformation works. See, I've now made them all into the quarter lives. So every single one is a quarter life. So 16 and 16 and 16 is 48, and 16 is 64. And in that 64, we have another 2, 4, 6, 8. So it's 64 plus 8 plus 1. And the total is 73. Did I get that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 16. But at the same time, if you take a look, it's 4 houses. So it's a sweet 16. The 3 houses will create 48. And then the 1 house will create the 16. It's the half-life of the heavens of the delta angle, the minion, the angel, through Pluto, and the creation of day and night in Q. Q is these 2 letters together, or these 2 letters together, or these 2 letters together. But once you create Q, all creations of Q, and in that creation, I have to number these areas. I may have had to create this larger than I did. If I did create this larger, what size would I have? Right? These squares are small squares. I should be making larger squares, but I need to re-understand the story then. I still want to see if I'm going to end up with quarters, or will I end up with a different story? Because I wanted to just create, see this area over here? I wanted to have everyone this size. This should be my basic size. There should be 9 of these to create my single block. You see, I only have 4, and I've got half spaces. So for me, I'm on the blink of the smallest size I can do. That's what I'm at right now. This is the smallest size I can do. If it was the largest size I can do, I mean the largest, smallest size that I can do, creating all equivalent blocks, okay, I would have 4 blocks times 4 is 16, but it'd be 16 times 9 equals to a total of 144. And like I spoke before, 140 is creation of those 4 houses, or 1,440 minutes in a day inside the half-life. So here, this will now jump into here, and the size of this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is 11 by 11. This is the minimum size. 143. 143, 143, 143, 143, 143, 143, 143, 84, and 84, and see, this is 4 and 4, 211, 211, so it's 44. It's day and night. I'm just trying to see. This will also create 2 times 2, 2 plus 2, which equals to 44, and it expresses day and night. It will create 16 and 8, the 24 hours a day, and the gateway. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 plus 4 equals to 0, 8. That is the 24 hours. 1 times 6, 1 plus 6 over 0, 8. So it'll be both the equations. It'll be both these equations with 8. There is no multiplication. There is no quarter house. There is only one root. It is this root and that root. Although all zeros equal to 6, we can now look at this a little bit differently. What it does, I'm not too sure. The end result calls for the divided house. 2 times 4, 8. 2 plus 4, 6. So it calls on the divided house, and it is the divided house of DC. You see, 6 and 8 can be created from 3 and 4. The one way to create 3 is with a 6. The one way to create 4 is with a 2, with a 1, and with a 3. So the prime to creation and the pre-creation. And the prime to creation and the pre-creation back to the gateway. What are all these? 8 and 8, 16. 1 and 6, 7. 7 and 7, 14. 1 and 4, 5. 5 and 5 is 10. 1 plus 0, 1. 1 and 1 is 2. 2 and 2 is 4. 4 and 4 is 8. 6 plus 6 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. Plus 3 is 6. 6 and 6 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3 and 6. And this is the creation and this is the rotation within 44, the division of the night and the day. I never finished off designing this, which was the 6 and 1 in the lower scale, right? I was going to do that in the lower scale. Did I ever do it? No, never did it in the lower scale. Okay, I can do it real quick. So I can connect, let's see, did I go 1, 6 early or 1, 6 late? I'm going to go 1, 6 early, and then I'm going to go, is that what I was connecting? What was I connecting here? Yeah, 1 and I don't remember what the circuitry I was running here. I'm going to create star system circuitry, okay? Or this is what's going to happen. By result, 1 and 6, 5 and 2, 4 and 3. Here is your 7th gate. Now what we have to do inside of this, okay, is we have to create the rest. Where's number 7? We did 7. We need to do number 8. So how do we do 8? Should I run it out over here and connect it over here? Should I do it that way, or should I run it this way to start? We're going to run a test run. 6 and 2 is 8. And then 5 and 3 is 8. And then 4 and 4 is 8. Is there a 4? What do I do with the 4? Can I do anything with the 4? Can I do anything with the 4? Okay, we'll talk about it after. We'll talk about it after. Now we want to do 9. So I got 6 and 3 equals to 9. Or should I not do it that way? Let's just do something a little bit different. Let's go. Let's create it in one shot. Wow, hold on. So I went from 6 directly into what is 3, 9, and 5, 11. Now I need to create another 9. And inside of this 9, how can I create this other 9? So I'm going to come out of the 5. I'm going to jump up here, then come out of the 4, and I'm going to meet that over here. And that's my 5, 4, 9 and my 6, 3, 9. And I do not have a 7, 1, 9. Can I create a 6, 2, 1, 9? I would have to go all the way up and run into 2. Let me see if I can do this. Run all the way up. I don't want to ruin my design, but I will. And I have to run into 2. And when I run into 2, I'm going to run into it right over here. That's what it's going to do when I run into 2. 6, 2, and 1. Now, 6 and 3 I can't do. My other one is 5. 5 and 4 I did. So I can do 5, 3, and 1. Or 5 what? 5, 2, and 3? No. 5, 3, and 1 will create 9. So now I'm going to have to go with 5. I'm going to have to run onto the other page. I didn't want to do that. So maybe I can do it this way. We can go 5. We can go Wait a second. I'm already here. Why should I create another line for nothing, right? We have to do it, right? I'm going to have to run from 5 into 3. And then I'm going to have to run it into 1. And that's how I will create my 6-3, my 5-4, my 6-2-1, and my 5-3-1-9. And I will create inside of it (808). And on this side, I got 88. I'm just thinking right now. I don't know what it comes to be. I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking to see and just showing possibilities. Maybe I shouldn't have gone there. I'm a little upset. But let me get back to this. The outcome of this was 143, and I really went off base. I'm really sorry. I have to add 60 to this. 59 equals to that. Now, what if I put 84 over here? 9 and 4 is 13. 5 and 8 is 13. 1 plus 3, 4. 1 plus 3, 4. There we go. 44, the same thing. In Pluto, in rotation of the sun. Do you have another number? It doesn't matter what you do. Once I work with number 143, once you work with number 143, you can go, give me any two numbers. Okay, why is 82 the reverse side of the moon? Actuality, it's not that it's the reverse side of the moon. Hold on a second. Now I'm able to look at this. Give me 90 seconds for a drink and less, and I'm going to get on to that, why I said that. These two cubes over here. I believe I haven't done this yet or completed it. But when I shift my numbers over, I believe they're going to end up somewhere over here, which in this design over here, you can see the cube over here in between 8-2 and 8-3 and 9-2 and 9-3. It's over here between 8-2 and 8-3 and 9-2 and 9-3. But should I have started 1 over here is my question? Or should I have started with 0? Is my question. There are two ways to look at it. For me, 0 is in the game. 0 is in the game by adding 9 and 1. 0 enters the game by 2 and 8. And 8 and 2. It now enters into the game. 9 and 1 equals 10. 1 plus 0 equals 1. It remains 1. 8 and 2 remain 1. But it is in the game. 2 and 8 enter into the game, but come back to be 1. And 1 divides all. The game begins between 1, where it is nowhere, and 9. And it is funny the way we have the countdown starting at 10. So 1, 0 ends up over here. When you see 0 at the end counting, that is actually 1. Its polarity from the 10 end is 4. From the 1 end, it's 6. Entrapping 55. You only have to put 0. There is no 0 until the end. So we go backwards this way is ABC, we get 6. D, we end up with 10. So now we go backwards. ABC, 10, 9, 8. Equals 2. How much? 10 plus 9 equals 2? 19. So A and B equals to 19, the spirit, as it equals to 1, 2, creation. AB equals to C. This equals to 19. It equals to 9 and 1. So 10 equals to all of 9 and 1. 10. All of 9 and 1. All of 2 and 8. All of in between 1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, 1.6, 1.7, 1.8, 1.9. But since AB equals to C only ends at 6, we can now stretch out our numbers only because of 6 plus 3 equals to 9, and 5 plus 4 equals to 9, and 6 plus 2 plus 1 equals to 9, and 5 plus 3 plus 1 equals to 9, as 5 and 3 equals to 8, as 6 and 2 equals to 8. In the inverted world, that 6 and 2 that equals to 8 will be inverted to 5 and 1 equaling to 6. And it is promoted on these dice cubes over here, where here is 5 and here is 9. So I tell no lie, it is the polarity of the games. They even put it in position and they show you. In between number 1 and 4, 1.4, 1.7, 2.5, 2.8, 2.3, 3.1, 3.2, 3.6, 3.7, 3.8, 3.9. You can look at it that way. You can look at it that way. Now you can say, well, if this is a point, if this is a 1.7, would this be 1.78, 1.79, 1.45, 1.456? I don't know. I'm just trying to build some circuitry, right? I can just call them the numbers as they are, but I'm trying to broaden things. No comments here. I want to look on Odyssey. Let me see if Odyssey's out here. No, Odyssey wouldn't be here. Yeah, no comments. Okay, always the same 4. Okay, so let me see if there's anything left that we didn't speak about. Yes, the last couple of things before I go. So here is your passage. Here is your 121. Here is the actual minimum size for Earth's creation. This is the actual minimum size for Mars creation. And Mars creation will rotate, I believe, and I could get this completely wrong. Earth would be Mars and Mars can be Earth. I can get this upside down, don't forget. So I'm questioning myself. Although it tells me that Mars is 51, Mars can be the 51 because of it can break this. Because the first single cube, here's the second single cube. It needs a minimum of 4 half spaces. And then here's the, right? Here's 4, 1, and 1. They're not the same. These are 4.5. This one. We can break it off here and break it off here. This is where the Star of David comes from. this angle for the I, and then the other angle, break it off the other way, okay, for the H. Inside, this will be that Star of David. Okay, and I'm not really, like I said, the angles are showing me where 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, it was turned on an angle this way, the numbers, where 1, 3, 7, and 9 will now take the inside 2, 4, 6, 8 position. And don't forget, they're always going to be the corners. They're not even in this world. Take this one away, take this one away, because all the protection to 5 is 2, 4, 6, 8. One times 2, 1 plus 2 creates 5. So what is this? You see the way Earth, E-A-R-T-H, and Mars, M-A-R-S, we end up having Earths, E-A-R-T-H-S, Earths, me, Earths, Dia, the delta angle, artificial intelligence. What is this here? This is number 6 over here. This is number 20 over here. This is, hold on a second. What am I doing? 12, hold on a second. I drew this design for a reason. I'm trying to figure out. This is 13. This is 6, and this is 13. I'm trying to figure out why I went 6 and 13. Yes, 6 and 13, 6 and 13. The difference is 7. I have a rotation in the Mayans that's rotating inside 20. 13 is rotating inside 20. So if this was number 13 and it's rotating inside 20, I'm just trying to. There's a couple of numbers missing. I forget what I was rotating over here. This was number 9. This was 6. This is 6 and this is 20. 6 and this is 20. 6 and this is 20. This is 20. This is 13. 6, 20, 13. Why number 6? Why didn't I start at number 7? Oh, yes, the reverse of 1. Okay, the reverse of 1. We must start on number 6. So from number 6, I go 7. Maybe I should have went to number 19 and did it this way. I'm just thinking. I'm a little tired. I forget why I did this. There was more to it than what this is. I was thinking of the Mayan 7 and 13. This is not done because if I can put this inside of something, I have to put this inside of something larger. So this area, okay, came from 25, and it got increased to the size of 121. So it is 96 plus 25 equals to 121, and 96 over 25 equals to 22, or the AE world of the half-life. Ape. 9 and 2, 11, 6 and 5, 11. The numbers don't lie, and the words and the alphabet seem to tell us what it does. The 16th letter, the 5th letter, and the 1st letter. The reverse is Z. Z is Zika. That is the reverse of ape is Zika. The P and the K and the Sikavi, the Nav. I'm just trying to think. Well, what it is the Z is the 26th letter. So maybe I shouldn't, okay, and it's Z, so I'm just adding the E, and it's in the A family, the AE family for the avenue. Zek Avenue. I don't know. Zek. What does it mean, Zek? Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching. What if you use 20-sided dice? I talk about basic. Basic. You can use all you want. I want to use it in the smallest form to start with, and we can go as high as you want. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching.